Good morning, folks. How are you all doing? Today, uh, first of all, the new year is almost up. I have uploaded the most, I think, according to me, that was the video I wanted to make for you, all of you, for the new year. So I hope you enjoyed that, my top 20 fragrances for 2016. All right. So this morning I went for a walk. It was kind of cold morning, and I was actually watching a cricket game. My team was playing, Bangladesh was playing in New Zealand, playing like shit really. So really got pissed off. So I'm like, screw the game. I went for the walk. So it was very cold and foggy morning as usual. The mornings are very cold these days. It's around 14 to 5 degrees. Kind of like you can see like vape coming out and stuff. So it's kind of cold. So I thought like let's have some fun. I want to wear something from a summer collection. Then I know this one has performance issues, so guess what I did? John Vervito's Artisan Aqua. This is a gift from my sister, by the way, from UK. So I thought I'd wear this, but since it lacks projection and stuff, so I just thought let's just have some fun. 26 sprays of this stuff. Yeah, you heard that right, 26. I sprayed this on, and on the top that I went with Perry Red, 3 or 4 sprays of this, I don't remember. So I thought I'm gonna be nuclear, right? I'm gonna be projecting like crazy, longevity. No traces whatsoever. Within 10 to 12 minutes, gone like that. So yeah, kind of disappointing during the winter. Not gonna try this again. So I'm gonna try wear some winter fragrance for the walk. So disappointment number 1. So today let's look at the other side of the world. Like I usually always talk about being positive, talk about good stuff, being good people and stuff. But then today I'm feeling like let's go to the other side of the boat. Let's talk about some negative and darker side of us. All right. So this is going to be let's say, the dark side of our human lives. All right. So I have few points. I'm gonna go according to my points. All right. So by the way, I know this is kind of depressing before the start of the new year, but trust me, these points are going to help you to make your year better. If you're listening to this, if you really watch this video, this is going to be for your own benefit, and you're gonna see how this is gonna make your year better, right? So I'm doing this for you guys, sharing these things with you, right, from my life. First point, I'm going to be not very nice. I warn you, kids, if you find foul language, abusive and stuff, if you find it offensive, I think you stay away from this video, right? Because I'm not gonna censor anything. First point, being nice to assholes. So you can see already it started, the war started, the ugliness already started. So what do I mean by being nice to assholes? There are surrounding us a lot of kind of people. They're good people, bad people, neutral people, useless people, useful people, lots of kind of people, right? So there's going to be like always like a basket, like if you know Forrest Gump, he says life is gonna be a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. So yeah, some days you're gonna get good stuff, someday you get bad stuff, so you don't know usually like what you're gonna get. So some of the days you get bad stuff, right? You get that one chocolate you don't like. For example, I don't like chocolate, mint chocolates. The moment I put it in my mouth, anything minty, I will vomit. All right, literally. If I see ice cream flavor like mint, not my stuff, right? So maybe today is one of those days. So what I'm trying to say is, sometimes there are people around in our lives for a very long time. We know them for years, number of years, and they supposed to be our friends, well-wishers. So they are in our Facebook. Sometimes we don't know them in personal life, but then they are in our Facebook friends. So these kind of people, they're always being rude. They're always being like dipshits, So, and constantly you're being nice to them, no matter how much you try, they're always gonna be saying something bad, something negative to ruin your day, right? The thing is, you being a nice person, I am assuming you're a nice person, right? Whoever is listening, right? You being a nice person, you cannot actually, you feel bad. You feel sometimes like powerless, but then you cannot actually say anything to them. So my observation is, these kind of people are very harmful for our lives. So talking about New Year resolutions or anything you want to say, try to get rid of this kind of people from your lives. Like poisonous people, like vindictive people, some negative people who say constantly stuff to ruin your mood. Like you put something on your status like, I'm gonna do something today, I'm gonna cook, and that guy comes up and says, what the fuck do you know about cooking? You're a guy, what do you know about cooking? Or you say, I'm gonna review the perfume. Then your so-called friend comes up and says, hey, what do you know about ladies' perfumes? Right? So it really happened a few days ago. So with one of my so-called friends. So That kind of negativity you don't need. It really ruins your mood. You're in a good mood, suddenly you'll be like, fuck that shit, like, damn it, god damn it. So you have the reaction. So what you're gonna do, cut them off from your life. Try to give them a little bit back. Sometimes they'll realize or not. This is my way, of course. You don't have to follow this way. You either show them you're not going to be okay with that kind of behavior, or you cut them off. Easy. All right, don't be too courteous or have too much manners. Nah, these people don't deserve it. So first point is, don't be nice to assholes. Be nice to nice people. All right, first point. Second point, this point is going to be just compliments, right? We know the word compliments, right? Sorry, I cannot smell my fragrance, so let me lift my mood up a little bit. Respray. Oh yeah, feeling so much better. Fragrances have the power, by the way, to lift your mood up. These are your loyal buddies. Sometimes not so much. Maybe they disappoint you in the performance, but then the smell. Okay. So coming back to compliments, you know about compliments. You get compliments from your fragrances, something that you wear, something you look nice, your hair or your beard, some sunglasses you put on. So you get compliments. But there are different kinds of compliments, all right? There are the real compliments that you really deserve. Let's say you're a good-looking guy and someone comes up and say, hey dude, you look smart. But you're living in trash. You're living like you're a drug addict, and you're living in like a swamp, and you're wearing some really, really dirty clothes, and you smell like shit. Someone comes and tells you, dude, you look really, really good, you look handsome. That time, you don't deserve it, right? And sometimes you're acting like a jerk and people say, hey man, you're such a nice guy. What is that kind of compliments? It's called ass kissing. So plenty of people around us who be kissing your ass constantly. There are a lot of people, they know that, compliments really, really get your attention. You really like compliments, and then they can, get your vote or your protection or your your good side of yours, and they can have your support. Exactly, support. So sometimes what compliments, those kind of compliments do to you. For example, someone constantly this is going to be not a nice one, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Suppose let's say me, I'll talk about me, so no, I don't offend anyone, right? Let's say I'm a little bit overweight at this moment because it's been a while. I left my sports and I'm more staying indoors, ate a lot. I love food, which is good, but then when you overeat, it's not good. So you become overweight, which I'm trying to reduce right now, trying to get back into shape. But then people come to you and say, hey, you look really good, you're in good shape and stuff, because those people really like you. But they're doing it not indirectly, they are not doing it knowingly. But then what is doing to you? Sometimes it does to you that, oh, I'm looking great, I'm fine, people are saying that they told me some great stuff, but then actually it's killing you, right? So sometimes when you get fake compliments and then you think your ass is full of, you feel so good, you have some turbo attached to your ass, you can just take off literally. I believe I can fly. You fly, and then you remember Iron Man, his battery got finished, and boom, he was falling, right? So don't fly so high based on fake compliments. Be aware from those people who always constantly kissing your ass, all right? Because they want to get your, they want to have you on the back of their side, right? So in the process, you are actually going to lose a lot of your real life. I would say not asset, but real life. In real life, you're gonna lose so much. So be aware of those constant ass kissers. Sometimes they don't have very good intentions, all right? Third one, these are about people in 2017 you should watch out for, right? These are the people who are nice only when they want something. You guys know what I'm talking about. Now you're like, yeah, I can relate it to my real life, right? So sometimes, some people are nice to you. They're constantly like, hi, how are you doing? During my university life, I remember these people. I finished my semester, and then some juniors would come up and say, hi brother, how are you doing? No, long time no see. Why don't you come up to my room anymore? Let's go have some coffee. Back in my head, I know they want something because I got used to them, right? So they'll be like, I'm like, what do you want? Then they'll be like, the books are kind of expensive and stuff. So they're like the stingy motherfuckers ever, they have money, they're not poor, they are really from good backgrounds, they have a lot of money, just they don't never spend, they never reach for the wallet ever. So these are the people who come up and say very nicely, just I know you have that book, can I just borrow it for the semester? And the thing is, it's all right if they returned it. End of the semester, as a courtesy, some of these people will never ever come. Even like when they see you, they're just coming towards you and they'll be like taking another route left and they disappear before you know. When you ask them for the book back, what they're gonna do? Why do you always constantly ask, I'll give you a book, like what the hell, like this is just a book. What the fuck is wrong with you? So be aware of this kind of people in the new year. You don't want to be pissed off. You don't want to go into negative frame of mind. You don't want to lose trust in humanity. Okay? So negative side of people, but I'm trying to put it in a positive, contrast towards you. So if you're young and you are not aware, I'm just trying to warn you, because in 35 years of my life, I have seen people doing it to me, people around me, nice people around me, right? So when people are nice to you, be watchful, all right? Sometimes they just want something out of you, right? Something that is in your collection, right? Something you own. That's all their interest is. They don't have any interest whatsoever in you, okay? So watch, be very careful, right? Next one, this is talking about my country, okay? This is talking about mostly my country, Bangladesh. I'm not going to talk about some foreign country I never been to, or the countries they don't have this problem. I'm just going to talk about this country, my country. I don't know about your country, wherever you're from. Maybe you know this kind of people. In Bangladesh, since I got here, it's been like couple of months. I'm like trying to adjust and stuff. I constantly see people, they take you for granted, because I'm usually a nice person. Okay, today the mood I am on, usually this is not me. My girlfriend, she goes like, okay, girlfriend, all right, she's my girlfriend, all right, I like her. So she constantly says one thing. Sometimes when I'm not in the best of moods, usually I'm very nice, and then I try to make her laugh, trying to have a nice conversation, being nice to her and all that. But sometimes I'm gonna have those bad days. I'm gonna treat her really, really bad, and she'll be like, like we women, we have like this special time of the month when you're on PMSing and stuff, right? Do you guys have something like that? I'm like, no, we don't bleed. She's like, no, it's not about bleeding and so much. It's not a physical thing, but I think you guys are a little bit certain time of the month. I'm like, that's BS, complete BS. We don't do that. That's not us. But some of the guys, you are like, yeah, you are thinking, right? No, we don't have, we're good. Guess what? We are not good. Some of the days, we have these darker days. We are really negative, right? So we come into that negative frame of mind, right? So just giving you an example. So most of the time, apart from those 5-6 days of our special time of our month, right? So we are usually nice, right? We're nice to people. We are very humble. We are helpful. We are courteous. We let people go. If someone cut us off in traffic, they show us this, we'll be like, oh, no problem. But guess what? In Bangladesh, if you show manners to people, that's where here it's counted as weakness. It is unfortunate but true. You ask any Bangladeshi people, I'm not going to try to put down my country. You guys must be thinking, Bangladeshis must be thinking, some of you, oh, this guy just got here and he's talking like typical foreigners. Right? I know some of you are going to say that, some of you are going to think that, but I'm talking about reality. I don't live in fantasy. 35 years of my life, I tried to live in a fantasy land. I tried to live in the proper ideal land, but reality is very, very harsh. Some of the people, educated, non-educated, doesn't matter what background they are. Some of the people are so negative. They will always take you for granted. If you're nice to them, they always try to find a way to put you down, to disappoint you, or to misbehave with you, try to raise their voice. Hey, do this. What the fuck? What are you doing? And you'll be like, oh, being the nice person, you'll be like, I'm so sorry. But inside, you're going to feel so much anger. You're going to feel like, I'm being such a nice guy, and why am I being treated like shit? Do you like being treated like shit? I bet not, right? So, for me, I'm not a very strong person. As you can see, I'm not a bodybuilder or whatnot, but I try to be a better, stronger person. I am not nice, okay? I don't have my manners with me when people are crossing their limits. I show them their place. I tell them to their face. Some people don't like me. Most of the people hate me for that shit, because I am very, very straightforward. If I don't like it, I'll tell it to your face. If I don't like something about you, I'll tell it to your face, but not behind you, right? So that's one of the signs of being a man or real woman. Either way, right? If you're a lady or a guy, don't be having manners for people who don't deserve it. Sometimes some of the countries, manners is taken for your weakness, which is very unfortunate. right? So that's one of the differences between developed and not even developing, underdeveloped countries. So that's where we are failing constantly. We have such problem with our manners. We don't appreciate a good hearted person, we don't appreciate a kind person, we don't appreciate a person who's soft and always being nice to you, right? So remember that. Don't show manners to people who don't deserve it, right? Last 2 points, okay, very quickly. First point is the second last point, right? Second last point is how negative surroundings changes you, right? This is actually something to do with the one before I just mentioned, manners. So sometimes, I have this friend, I'm not gonna mention names, he's one of my best friends. So we were best of buddies in Malaysia. We roamed around, we had our sessions, we had our time, we hang around, we had our music and whatnot. So we had so much good memories, all right? And then he was pretty chill back then, so was I. But the thing is, since he left that country and since I even got here, what I'm noticing is that nice side of mine or his is changing very, very fast. That guy, I'm not blaming that guy, I'm just blaming the surrounding, right? Like people you work with, people who are constantly around you, they change you sometimes. Even if you are a very strong personality, you're a sweet person and you're a very cool person, chill person, you'll be forced to change. This guy now is upside down. He is rude, he gets pissed off so quickly, he has a short fuse. If you know what short fuse is, he gets pissed off very fast. Even with his best friend, he would be getting mad, yell, and then sometimes he would be like impatient. So the thing is, surrounding got to him. So it's very important that what kind of place you live in. Sometimes you cannot control it, right? When you live with bunch of, again coming back to the first point, assholes, right? You will be forced to become a person that you are not. So sometimes it's better to have no company at all rather than having some bad company. That's what I'm trying to say. Sometimes you have a bad surrounding. Yes, people are negative, constantly trying to stab you at the back, trying to stop your promotion. They're trying to badmouth about you. But you know one thing, I believe in God. There is a God. Yes, I am not very religious in terms of a lot of things. I am not regular in my prayers and whatnot. But the thing is, I believe in one thing. God created us all and He watches. He will obviously protect you. Yes, you might have some tough time going. It's very challenging at times, but keep your head down, be strong. God will come in your rescue, right? Don't depend on people. Sometimes people, you're thinking like, I cannot beat the bad people, so let's join them. In that process, it's going to kill the nice person inside of you. That is one of the biggest challenges I'm facing in this country. I'm trying not to change. I'm trying to stay positive, the person I was, but I'm seeing the changes in me. It's really worrying. So very, very careful what kind of company you keep, what kind of people you keep. If you cannot find any company, don't be with people who don't deserve it. If you have class, if you have that nice side of yours, try to mix with like-minded people, kind people, people who never cheat on you, never ever lie to you, never borrow your money, never return back, who make a promise or break it to you, don't keep those people around you. Those people are going to ruin your mood, your life, as well as your heart. Sometimes, bad company does affect you, right? So be watchful. And the last one, learn to say yes and learn to say no. Right? This is the point I'm going to end this discussion with. Sometimes, most of the time, I'm going to start with learn to say no. I'm pretty sure you have friends who always constantly, like, let's say you have a car, and some of your other friends don't own a car. Just for example, not trying to say, bragging or anything. Sometimes you have something, let's say you have a car, or you have certain powers, you have privileges, or you have money. And people constantly like borrowing, asking, and you being a nice person cannot say no to them because you're weak. You're thinking, I don't want to hurt that person, what kind of person, what are they going to think of me? All right? And then sometimes people make you do stuff, like force you, like your family forces you go to parties you don't like. Your friends make you go to clubbing and stuff. You don't like drinking, you don't like clubbing, the new noise and stuff. Or people, make you do shit that you don't like. Learn to say no. If you don't like something, don't do it. Because inside your head, you're going to have that pressure of, always like, I don't want to do this, but I'm doing it. I hate my fucking life. Inside you're going to be so angry. Believe it or not, a lot of people like that who are constantly from childhood, they're under pressure. They're always under that sort of pressure. They're being forced to do something, choose a career they don't like. and you'll see states everywhere there's some shooting going on, some kids going nuts and stuff, and you're blaming that kid. What the fuck is wrong with that kid? There's nothing wrong with that kid. It's something wrong with the people around him that turned him like that. Some people, yes, naturally, they're lonely, they're freaks, okay, whatever. But then sometimes people forcing you to do shit makes you hate the whole world. So if you are aware and you are a thinker, if you have a brain and you think a lot, you don't follow everyone like a goat. Leader goes some way, you just follow all the way. All right, follow them no matter what they say. Learn to say no. If you don't like something, just say no. Don't care about others. Once you started standing up for yourself, people gonna know you are straightforward. They are not gonna be ready to mess with you. They're not gonna be able to cheat to you or on you, right? They're gonna be pretty damn straight with you because they know you are a person with no nonsense. So learn to say no. All right. The last one is, I'm gonna end it with a positive note, right? Learn to say yes, right? Sometimes you're scared, okay? Like you really want to do something but you cannot gather your guts. This is what I'm facing at this moment. I really want to do a lot of things in Bangladesh, but a lot of stuff stopping me. I have a vision of working with food, restaurant, which I really love. Cooking is my thing. I love spices. I love the sound of cooking, the sizzling that going on with the steak, whatever. I just constantly love that cooking. But here, like a lot of challenges, people, political problem, people gonna come, goons gonna come and try to, gangsters gonna come and try to bug you. Also, what if people say something? In Bangladesh, we have this one thing. It's a saying. It says, "Pache loke kichu bole." It's in Bengali. It means like, what if someone says something? If I do this, right? So, suppose you want to work. For example, I love what at this moment? Fragrances, right? These are my absolute most beautiful things in my life right now happening. Most wonderful things happening at this moment. And I really would like to work as a salesperson at a perfume shop. Even if I cannot own a shop, I would like to work. But sometimes in Bangladesh, people will be like, oh, he's working as a salesperson. Being such a master's degree holder, almost finished his PhD, being a son of a professor and stuff, so he's doing that shit. And who's gonna say that? Sometimes your own people, your own cousin, own uncle, aunties, even your parents sometimes. Learn to say yes to yourself. Go for it. I'm thinking actually to say yes about that. I'm not sure, but then I really want to work, and I'm gonna say yes to myself, and I'm gonna start working. I don't care about what people say, what people do, because usually people don't feed me, people don't do anything for me, right? So learn to say yes. Life's not change. So I wish you all the best for the upcoming new year. Party like crazy, party like there's no tomorrow, right? And don't be in the negative frame of mind, like judging people. Hey, this is not our celebration, this is not Muslim celebration, blah blah. Chill. Life is just too short, right? You don't have to worry so much about so many things. Learn to be a bit relaxed sometimes also. All right, so you guys have a wonderful new year. Try to start positive, and then be aware of these negatives as well, right? Life is gonna be a little better. I'll hope to talk to you soon, and I'll be making fragrance review and whatnot usually, and then on regular basis, and I'm trying to go to places if I get a chance. All right, so take care. I'll talk to you soon. Have a nice day. Bye bye.